Hi there, legends, and welcome to Learning for Legends. And today I'm going to do the biggest one that concerns so many parents and guardians and the pupils of all ages. It's always paper one. It's kind of the first thing that we always get examined on. And this is across the world in the subject of English, whether it's an additional language or whether it's your first language. And it's the comprehension, the dreaded comprehension, reading comprehension. And the very word actually really strikes fear into many children, mostly because it's quite boring. You go comprehension, the word itself feels like it's quite boring. And I've got a series of videos that's going to follow this one that are going to hopefully really help you out. I'm going to give you 10 top tips for reading comprehension, irrespective of your age. So I would think perhaps maybe 7, 8-year-olds, sort of year 3 and year 4, so 2nd and 3rd grade in the States, maybe not so much. But if you are doing comprehension and have to do it for classwork or for exams, and you are between the ages of 9, 10 and 16, 15, 16, then I really hope that this is going to help you out. Now, the most interesting thing, which I think gets bypassed all the time, is, as I referred to earlier, that word becomes really boring. Comprehension. Oh, I'm doing another comprehension. It just feels like it's going to be really dull. And that word itself is kind of blends into nothing, and nobody really... Well, actually, if you think about what the word means, it kind of helps you work out what you're trying to achieve. And comprehension means understanding. The French verb comprendre means to understand. If you comprehend something, it means you understand it. And I think if you broke that word down, you would probably know that or understand that. So the word comprehension comes from understanding, and the idea is that these textbooks or worksheets or exams, exam papers, they are trying to test your understanding of a passage. So it's always a reading comprehension. So you've got to read that passage and then show your understanding. And if you understand it, then you're likely to do well on it. Okay. Now, I'm also going to presume, okay, that you are of a level of which you are not actually doing comprehensions which are kind of just a word search or repeating things from the passage. Let me have a look here. First book, oh no, that's a poem, that's no good. All right, Thomas the Tank Engine, my kids. Thomas the Tank Engine, The Sounds of Sodor. I don't know where Sodor is. I think it's in the Midlands somewhere, or meant to be. Always feels like it sounds like it's Welsh in Sodor, but it's not. Either way, if I was to do a comprehension from this, some of you would have been grown up, maybe, at 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old. You start doing comprehension and it goes something like this. Right, let's see what the beginning says. A composer was coming to Sodor to write music for a brass band concert. First part of the passage. Question 1. Who was coming to Sodor? And you'd have to go and you go, right, a composer was coming. So you repeat kind of I think the majority of people I'm talking to with this series of videos, you are beyond the idea of just repeating part of the passage. It's no longer a word search exercise, and you've got to comprehend, you've got to fully understand the passage and what's going on in it. Okay, so my top 10 tips are from those guys who probably aged 9 to 10 all the way through to GCSE level and the equivalent of the States. So it's a little bit more complicated, certainly, than Thomas the Tank Engine, but certainly more complicated than many of those reading comprehensions that you did to start with. We're getting a little bit more advanced there. So if you're a bit younger than that, then perhaps this video is not for, or these videos are not for you. But that's it. So just to give you an idea that's the objective of the reading comprehension. It's to test your ability to understand a passage and to respond to questions with it. And there's certain techniques which are definitely tested and challenged for you, and things that you can do that even if your understanding of the passage is not that great, you can still score highly. And I'm going to give you some tips on that in my top 10 tips in the next few videos. I'm going to go from 10 to 1, and what I think is the number 1 tip. But actually, the best tip of all, without question, before you even need to look at those other videos, the best tip of all is read. All right? If you just read, the people who read the most, the guys and girls who read the most, they just do better on reading comprehension. Your understanding of the passage, your ability to absorb that information and to kind of get it, and then to be able to understand those questions better, it's much easier if you read. So, even if you can't be bothered to look at these next top 10 tips, which you should because they're amazing, but if you take nothing else away, just head off and read, and your reading comprehensions will improve undoubtedly. Okay, but I hope to see you in these top 10 tips, and here they come. So please enjoy them, pass them on, share my videos, please subscribe. It's free. I only found that out recently, that subscribe, it doesn't mean that you have to pay anything, so please please subscribe, click on the thing below, and any comments, please add those as well. All right, so get ready for top 10 tips of part of the most important thing in your English up until the ages of 16. All right, hold on to your seatbelts. Here we go. Bye for now.